See these two terms? Machine learning and deep learning. They're like cousins in the AI family.
What's the difference?
Think of machine learning like teaching a child to identify fruits by specific rules. If it's round and orange, it's probably an orange. If it's yellow and curved, it's probably a banana. The computer learns from these patterns.
And deep learning?
Deep learning is more like how your brain works naturally. Instead of following specific rules, it learns patterns on its own, like how you can recognize your friend's face without thinking about specific features.
That makes sense. But how does the computer actually learn?
All right, let's try something. I'm the computer, you're the trainer. Your mission? Teach me to identify expensive houses.
Okay, what kind of information do I have access to?
Excellent question. In AI, we call those features. Square footage, number of rooms, location. What features do you think are most important for determining price?
Size, definitely. And location for sure. Oh, and maybe the age of the house.
Perfect. Those are our features. Now, give me some examples. Houses and their prices. Let's see if I can learn the pattern.
All right, a 2,000 square foot house in the city center, 5 years old, sold for $500,000.
And another?
A 1,000 square foot house in the suburbs, 20 years old, sold for $200,000.
See what's happening? The computer, that's me, is learning from these examples. The prices are our labels, and the computer uses these examples to make predictions about new houses.
So when people talk about training AI,
they're basically feeding it lots of examples like this. The more examples, the better it learns.
but who does all this work? Who builds these systems?
That's where the different AI jobs come in. Want to meet some people who actually do this? Hey team, could you join us for a minute? Meet Maria, our data scientist. She's the one who decides what data to use and how to use it.
I'm like a detective, looking for patterns in data that can help us make predictions.
This is James, our machine learning engineer. He builds the actual systems that learn from the data.
Think of me as the architect. I design and build the framework that makes all this learning possible.
And this is Dr.
I explore new ways to make AI systems better. It's like being a scientist, but for artificial intelligence.
So it's really a team effort.
Exactly. AI isn't just one thing or one person. It's a combination of different skills and roles working together.
What about the actual learning process?
Think of it like teaching someone to cook. First, you give them the recipe. That's the algorithm. Then they try to cook something. That's making predictions. If it doesn't taste right, they adjust the recipe. That's learning from mistakes.
And they keep doing this until the food tastes good?
Precisely. In AI terms, we call this training the model. The computer keeps adjusting its recipe until it can make accurate predictions.
Want to see it in action? I have a simple demo here. Try drawing a number. Watch this. The AI has learned from millions of examples what different handwritten numbers look like. Now it can recognize new ones it's never seen before.
That's amazing. And this same principle works for other things too.
Absolutely. Whether it's recognizing faces in photos, translating languages, or recommending movies you might like, it's all based on these same basic principles of learning from examples.
And we're constantly finding new applications. Just last week, we developed a system that can predict equipment maintenance needs in factories.
I can't believe how practical this all is. When people talk about AI, it always sounds so sci-fi and complicated.
That's why we start with the basics. Understanding these fundamental concepts is like learning the alphabet before trying to write a novel.
Speaking of basics, want to try creating your very first machine learning model?
Can I really do that already?
Of course. We'll start with something simple, like predicting ice cream sales based on temperature.
This is just the beginning, Sarah. AI might seem magical, but it's really just about teaching computers to learn from examples, just like we do.
I can't wait to learn more. It's actually making sense now.
That's the goal. To show that AI isn't just for geniuses or sci-fi movies. It's a tool that anyone can understand and use, as long as they start with the basics and build up from there.